20 odd matches they've played. So
How many of them had Necro in them?
6.
Respectable.
Could have been just one, in which
They
case it would
didn't
be a
play them
little,
all.
little less impressive.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to see them just ensure that they have a little more balance in their lineup. As Fog made the point, Kunkka undying, like
Yeah.
3 cores that didn't really have any method of staying on a target by themselves. It just, there wasn't really much synergy. You know, you look at drafts sometimes, you're like, wow, that makes sense. And that's what Fnatic's lineup really was in that previous game. And I just didn't think Admiral really had a shot. See, they ban out the TA once again. I think that's solid.
Fnatic
2
return
relatively
to
weak laners.
I ban out that
Against, yeah.
Bane. There's something that Fnatic, they'll pick with the Jara now. A lot of time for jabs. Have the sort of locked down for the global setup. Over here is the jabs. Just done in the past with the Jara. You just like to go for the line. Could be appealing here as well. A hero that's going to offer that large amount of burst to help deal with heroes like the Necrophos.
Okay, I was thinking they just want to, like on Fnatic's, you want your IO to farm like a beast. You want this 5 position hero that needs no items at all. And Bane is like the perfect example of that.
Kind of would have liked it for Admiral. Wow, I keep doing
Did you did it again?
I did.
Admirable.
But Bane's just a great hero against Gyro Wisp, in my opinion. Just, you abuse the laning phase.
Amazing versus Gyro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when I saw
Evil.
Newbie doing that last year, and it was like Fenrir or whatever. Or, yeah, I think it was No, it was
FY?
I can't remember who it was actually at the time. It was
Lana
It was
was,
like
I
2
think, the
different
first
teams
one.
that were doing it. Yeah, it was 2 different teams that were doing it. Whatever. They were just picking Bane pretty much every single game right away versus the Gyrocopter. Just laning phase, you're excellent because you're so tanky, and later stages, Enfeeble versus Gyro is
Especially
devastating.
after the talent.
Yeah.
Minus 220 damage.
Previous game you guys talked about Dazzle. We saw Dazzle being first phase banned. Is not to be seen in this draft so far. Why is that?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind Admiral just dropping in the Wraith King Dazzle lane. You know, could you not just do that in the safe lane here this game? They're very competent with it. It's something they're very comfortable with. Sort of, you know, having the Wraith King as your position one of those heroes that the Jara is going to come to your lane, sure, but by that time you've got Reincarnation. Is he going to be able to kill you twice? Probably not. He's only going to be able to blow you up once with the combo, and by that time, you know, backup's going to be inbound, and you can sort of turn around those early ganks that Jara likes to make against you.
I definitely like Wraith King against Gyro. It's a natural, you know, whatever you itemize for, we've talked about it yesterday, you know, Armlet, Blade Mail, it doesn't really matter, it's still going to be effective. You blink on top of him. If he ends up killing you, then you just slow him through your death thanks to the Reincarnation.
Love
And
Blade Mail.
when-
Love
when-
Blade Mail.
yeah.
personally,
And it just Blade Mail heroes in general against Gyro, right? He can't stop dealing his damage once he casts his spells, and I think Necromorph really benefit from having this tanky, not just initiator, but a hero that can kind of enter the fight first and then stay.
10 seconds.
Throw out stuns, like be the guy that could consistently be like a meat shield
Yeah.
for these high damage, squishier ranged heroes.
Let's see what they wanted to go. But Fnatic in the past, they have run, they've even put ice on heroes like the Omni Knight. If they want to try something different, could be appealing. You know, something to protect the Jara against that massive amounts of magical burst that Admiral has.
More flubs playing
Love
versus
it.
Omni though. You just turn into the Omni,
Oh,
you
I-
pell yourself,
Dude,
and then it's like the
I love this pick. This is hard
That
counter.
is
hard
actually so
counter
good.
to Necromorphling. It is not picked nearly enough, in my opinion. Before my untimely demise in the pro scene, this was my favorite hero. It still is. The nerf to the Chilling Touch weakens his laning phase just a little bit, but still incredibly powerful.
I was gonna ask if you think they would go for Oracle right there. I thought Oracle would be fantastic versus the AA, and you already have the benefits with your Necro.
I think it's... I like the Lich a lot more.
You do?
You
Okay.
want to abuse the laning phase here and get to a point... Like, AA's weakness is that if you aren't able to be on the aggressive, your hero is just... It feels terrible to play. Because you just don't get your spells off, you end up dying at the start of a fight, and all you're really going to contribute is a point-blank ultimate. Whereas Lich, you're going to abuse this laning phase, hopefully get him behind, and then it's against a Wisp as well. Like,
Okay.
Lich loves playing against supports that have no reach. We were discussing this in the previous series, or game rather, where Pugna is going to suffer because, you know, there's an Earth Spirit. There's no Earth Spirit now, both supports are taken, although theoretically, we have seen this AA played as a core. And I do believe I've seen Outbid play this before, so we'll see.
That's a good point.
I actually really like it, core AA this game.
Okay. I was just thinking, yeah, like it's like, of course, the Oracle versus the AA, but it's also versus Gyro. It's just like there's so much magic damage. Fate's Edict is Just
You
God
know
tier, but
what would
I can see
be...
Lich.
10 seconds.
Well, I don't know if we never see this hero pick, but wouldn't this be a really nice game for Admiral to play a lifestealer?
Remaining.
Or is
Yeah.
that hero absolutely bad? Because against that lineup,
It's good, but I don't think you can get away with it when you have Morph Necro.
Doesn't
You
fit.
already, you already have your damage.
Okay.
You need something that can create space for them in the fight. It's hopefully something that can abuse Lich Armor a little bit. Like
Like
you
what?
need a stun too.
So which heroes are we looking at?
I mean, Dazzle is still there in the pool, but it doesn't really offer them the stun.
I think you can go with your 4 first. Earth Spirit's not so bad here. You know, really just any stun, any 4 that can make plays. The way Lich is traditionally abused is played either in the off lane or mid in a dual lane, with the 4 then able to rotate and find kills, because Lich is actually an incredibly powerful laner, and you're most effective like between that levels 2 to 4. When you're gonna have a level advantage, even if let's say you're like a 2-on-1 matchup, like you just abuse this XP and then secure the lane. Lich is free to rotate.
How about Nyx? Nyx versus the AA and the IO.
Boomy does play it.
Not
Boomy
bad.
plays it.
Not bad.
It's good versus Centaur. You can always set up.
Ooh.
I like
Okay.
that. I like
Great
that a
versus
lot.
this,
I
yeah.
like
this
that.
is
That's
what, 4
perfect.
clockwork?
Yeah.
Position 4.
It's the perfect hero too, right? You know, you throw out a Frost Blast, all of a sudden Clock is going to be rotating
Yeah.
it from the side, find
It's,
kills.
it's that hero's going to be
Yeah.
the blade mail against the Jara.
And
He
I,
can keep them there
Yeah.
through the Stampede.
I think the magic number for it to be a great Clock game is when there's 3 heroes that you can deal with, right? AA, Centaur, and Gyro, all incredibly susceptible. Like, let me rephrase, they can't get out of cogs.
Exactly.
So if he catches them, level 3, they're going to just go down. Specifically AA, like you really hate playing against Clockwork. And there's no natural Force Staff buyer on Fnatic either as this game continues, and it also solves that initial issue, which was, okay, you need stuns, you need something that can start fights for you, and also like maintain a positional advantage to set up more for Necro to do their massive amounts of DPS, and Clock's perfect.
Do you think this is a 4 position?
It could be
I
a
think it
3.
should.
I think it could be a 3. I think a Clock with farm could do quite a lot this
I
game.
think it's really the Necro's going to be the 3.
Oh, to ban Meepo.
Don't blame him. I've
Yeah,
made the mistake.
that's true.
I've made the mistake of not
So
banning
the
that
Necro's there. Do you think they're going to put the Morph in the mid lane?
a couple of times.
What do you mean?
No. Old scars.
I'd just like to see them pick sort of like a good call that's going to match up well against the Jara. So like the Wraith King, the Ursa, or the Lifestealer. Something that can really just get in the face of those two and sort of be able to have that presence in the team fight.
Yeah.
And be able to survive against heroes like the AA and the Centaur, sort of this magical damage that they're not going to care about as much. You've got
I'm
sort of those ways to stay alive.
I'm okay. I just want a blink hero here, a blink stun. It can be your 3 or your 4. It doesn't really. I don't really care which, but you definitely want something else that can kind of get things started. Because again, Morph Necro they're such incredibly high damage heroes, and looking at the Fnatic lineup, like you already have plenty of damage. You just need to find ways to kill the squishy supports. AA Wisp. If you take them out, you're gonna win these fights.
Okay, they go for the Venge.
Now it is Boomy that plays the Venge for
Yep.
Admiral, so this might be a core Clockwork.
Yep, looks that way.
I like it with farm, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like so good to get that blade mount early on, even get early earn versus the IO.
Yep.
Can be
I like
extremely good.
Venge a lot against AA Centaur as well. The whole Fnatic teamfight composition right now is based around you're going to initiate with the stun, AA follow up, and you just swap.
Yeah, they've got the save
Like
now.
it's my favorite save to play against an AA. I even prefer it to Oracle because you really don't invest too much, and you're also a lot. You don't suffer as much when you're forced into a Force Staff, which I also think you're going to want here. And if you could just force away from that AA, name of the game is avoid it. You're going to be fine.
I still feel weird about their team fight when I look at Admiral
Wow.
in comparison.
Ooh, a Puck.
Puck?
Not a
That's
hero we
great.
see
Dude,
a
it's
lot.
AA Puck.
It's so good
so much
versus
damage.
and versus Necro
Yep.
Morphling too. It's like the silence is actually incredible this game.
Yep, I love that pick. It's going to be an Abed Puck, man. I remember back in, I want to say like a year and a half ago, there was a period of time where Puck was a first 2 hero every game in North America. Abed, very adept at playing the hero. AA Puck used to be one of those incredible openers because it's very open, so much damage. Coil, drop the Vortex, and all of a sudden Puck's doing near like 1,000 damage in a
Yep.
spell combo. Really like the choice here. They have no real way to kill him. Love it.
So Admiral, they're 1 game down. If they lose here, they're eliminated. And I would like to hear from you guys what they need to do to prevent that from happening. Owen?
Maybe go back and try a different. I don't know. I've got to agree with everything Carl says there. I think he's absolutely right.
I think
the Puck, doesn't, a hero that we don't see a lot, but in this sort of situation, it really just seems like a hero that just fundamentally what this hero can offer, and the fact that you've got sort of this setup now for not only sort of the Ice Blast, but this Gyro IO that we know Fnatic is so strong with. It's going to be another rough one for Admiral.
I feel like clock needs to pop off.
Yep. Fnatic will have damage issues if Admiral gets BKBs up, but I feel like they can play with enough tempo, especially with the Whisper relocates, they're going to be able to maintain a lead and then just control the map and find kills a lot easier. But if clock goes off, if the Lich's impact really snowballs their laning phase, Admiral could take it a lot more even than the last game, but I would still give Fnatic the edge.
All right, still an entire panel favoring Fnatic here in the second game of the best of 3. It's time to find out what our commentators think about this second game. It is over to Capitalist and Grant.
Well, Sheever, I don't have many thoughts of my own because I'm not a very smart guy, but luckily we have
that's
Cap
not
here.
true.
And Cap, I gotta be honest, they love this Fnatic draft, but IOAA doesn't seem like the strongest support duo, and I thought Puck was considered one of the 10 worst heroes in the game.
Yeah. These are one of those drafts that really makes me it reminds me of why I love Dota so much, because the complexity of the game offers these sort of opportunities where you don't see a ton of Clockwork, and I look at this Clockwork pickup and I'm like, huh, it's actually a great Clockwork game. Yeah. It could be one of the rare core Clockwork games. That sounds excellent. I thought that was going to be the most surprising thing about the draft. Then we get something even more surprising. Mid Puck is back in the pool, and it's an amazing game for the Puck as well. So, I mean, just look at it. He's dealing with a projectile stun in the Vengeful Spirit. Clockwork you deal with really well. There's no threat for the Puck whatsoever. He is, Abed is going to have a very free game in that regard. And it is going to be, I think, very tough for Admiral to be able to contend with that, especially given how dominant Abed was in Game 1.
And it is going to be the Venge off lane. Do you like that more than the Clockwork in this game? Clockwork is going to be 4.
I mean, I thought
30 seconds to
I thought a
battle.
Clockwork with a fast blade mail up against the Wisp, again, these supports really do not like Clockwork. The Gyrocopter doesn't like Clockwork with an early blade mail. Centaur doesn't even like Clockwork until he gets an Aghanim Scepter, and then he can just run over the cogs, as does his teammates. But, well, I guess it's a better hero to be able to kind of secure the laning phase, maybe for this top lane.
The battle
It does
begins.
look to be actually a little bit of fighting. It looks like Dire is going to come away with 3 of the 4 runes here. No, they're going to come away with 4 of 4 runes, pardon me. The Clockwork does end up getting it. That's a pretty damn good start, especially with a Lich on your team denying creep, and it's a ton of gold denied already.
So they're winning already in
Yeah.
gold and experience.
They're doing it.
They have done it, and they're going to try and go for maybe a courier pickoff as well.
Yep.
We'll see this mid matchup. I can't imagine this goes well for Morphling.
Yeah.
Just because the harassment damage.
Doesn't want to dive the tower for that chicken. Definitely could have killed the chicken, but he would have fed first blood.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he wants to. Now top lane, a lot of damage being done, and he goes heal first. He's getting right-click down. You see the extra damage coming out from them chilly willy fingers, and that is so much damage.
How did he let himself get in range of that stomp? It must have been,
Well, like
as you
that.
said.
They're just kind of, it feels like they're just running into it now. He's gonna, oh man, that is, dude, cogs are so bad. Now I just want to say, I was one of the few heroes I actually played at a decent level, and this hero is just, now that it takes 2 hits at every level, cogs are just, it's not a spell.
All right,
a lot of pro players think it's not a spell.
I've got a bigger problem with
Go.
it, which is,
Shoot.
why in the world can you right-click cogs as a melee hero? Why can you do that?
What do you
And just not get hit by the cogs? Your range is longer
That's true.
than the actual pushback of the cogs, and then you can actually farm gold off of cogs.
It's a good play. I mean, it's just a bad ability. I've literally talked to a lot of pro players that say, hey, he's not a hero because he doesn't have an ability. He literally has 3 abilities is what people say now.
Yeah.
Which feels pretty bad. And nice deny there though. That is the range creep. Now Allison doing some good right-clicking adaptive strike. It is 7-4 versus 4-3 though, and Radiant's Courier is going to go down. Sentry Ward, I believe, is running down bottom. Well, look at this. I mean, Dire's getting the team advantage, right? 4 bounty runes, as well as a chicken kill. That's a ton of team gold.
Yeah, if they hadn't lost their Necrophos so early.
Look at this.
Bit unfortunate there, but they do manage to pull the lane back, which is really important.
Yeah, it is.
And the Necrophos should be able, overall, he should be able to farm well in this lane. he just shouldn't die that often. So
Don't go to melee range of the creeps. Obviously,
Yeah.
you want to like get up there. Oh, I'm gonna nuke the range creep. You got to be a little more careful of that in this lane.
I can only presume that he probably got slowed out from the chilly fingers of the Ancient Apparition, and that was enough to close that gap. So hopefully he'll be more careful. Wondering how this thin lane does. Lich, Vengeful Spirit, Core against the Gyro Wisp. I mean, you already have a Wisp who's going to be playing a lot in lane. If they can stop the pulls and make sure they get the experience advantage that they should get with the Lich, then I would imagine this is kind of a decent lane.
Yeah. The problem is, once again, Fnatic, like, MP's fine with this. He's like, you know, I'm not getting the most. There's a Lich here whose stun is going to fly out. Won't get him a kill, but saves jabs. It's more MP knows he's probably going to lose this lane, right? You're against the Lich, but you get this pull-up. You're just going to occasionally farm, just don't die. And now jabs right-clicking, but he's fine. Just going to pop his healing salve.
Dire's bottom
Look at the
tower
clock. We're
is
just
under
kind of like
attack.
trying to wrap around this tower. He's really looking for that Ancient Apparition kill. Wants it bad. I don't think they really need to try that hard for it, especially before level 3. Like such a big power spike for Clockwork. Get that second level in battery assault.
And Abed gets a regen rune bottom. One of the few heroes, you know, he just throws out his ability, gets back to lane immediately, wastes no time, and now he's full HP, full mana, and this Morphling is technically winning the lane right now, but here's the big thing. He's going to have to fly out some more regen because this is a full everything puck, but MP, one more auto attack. Oh, the Fairy Fire from DJ. Ton of heal there.
And they're going to turn around and get a lot of damage on this Lich.
It's not a kill. Is that enough?
They just need to be able to get the vision of him.
They need it. Does he have balls up? No, not for 15 now. Instead, they're going to go for the Venge. That would be even better. Kill stun is going to fly out. They might find neither of them, though. Nice dodge by the Lich there.
Dire's middle
Oh, they're
tower
still
is
pinging
under
them like this,
attack.
guys.
I'm not sure if Lich has the mana.
Nah, he's running far. Oh, he's suiciding to tier 1.
Ah, smart. Nice. That's
Ooh, but
the excellent play.
yeah.
He does give the gold to NP, but
Not much.
It's still gonna it's still an advantage just to be able to kind of reset the lane, just be able to come back in full health, full mana. I think they want to be able to keep the pressure up in the laning phase. They can't afford for the Lich to be gone for that long.
It is a little bit weird suiciding the Lich, but they are going to find jabs here, and this should be a kill. You do see him just battery assault and right click flying from the Necro. That is the one good thing. Clockwork versus AA, probably like his favorite like support versus support matchup.
Morphling, I think went home, TP'd back in, and
Very even middle
he's
though.
still very even in CS. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a little bit worse for the Morphling, just because I thought he wouldn't be able to stay on that full agility against the Puck's harassment. Probably one of the better heroes for it, right? The animation's really good, stuff like that.
Ooh, the cold feet will freeze. He's going to continue to chase. Is he going to pop the shrine? He is. I think that's fine. Usually I'm not a big fan of supports doing it, but it's a solo kill. You do not want to give Clockwork an early level 6 in this game.
Yeah, and if you're Boomy, you're happy too, right? You forced out the shrine
And he got the
usage.
rune.
Yeah.
So it is another 3-for-1 rune actually for Dire. So they're doing a great job of just getting all these runes, keeping the gold in their favor. But we see no one really going ahead right now. No one's just like completely dominating a lane like last game where we just saw it was looking bad. It's very even throughout the board.
Radiant
Yeah, here it's going to be all about like when Fnatic hit their timings with a Blink Dagger on Puck, and they have also the Stampede. They have a lot of really good setup for the aggressive relocate in with the gyrocopters. So there's a lot of opportunities in that regard. And that'll be when Fnatic either dominate the game and look to close it out, or Admiral just kind of like weather the storm.
Yep. And that is a nice one. Not only they get the kill on DJ, he gets the haster and can run right back to lane. And Admiral is looking a lot better this game. I mean, this could be one, right? You kind of got beat down hard. You could just absolutely crumble and lose a second game, but they take a very nice early lead here. Necro farming well, Morphling farming actually insanely well middle. And the Venge isn't falling behind yet. Usually we see Venges, they just lose the lane and they're useless. No comeback mechanic on that hero.
Yeah, it is really important that this core offlane Vengeful Spirit has a good laning phase. It seems to be going really well for them so far. The Necrophos, I think, is also really important in the regard that they really need a pipe for this game, I think.
Radiant structures
There's
are
a lot of
fortified.
magic damage burst coming out
Radiant's
from
top tower
Fnatic.
is under attack.
It's going to be the double glyph. Looks like they were thinking about diving bottom, actually. Can't quite do it. Now, just going to be farming under this. Look at the sender. He doesn't care. He's going to be farming here. And it is a level 6 Necro. He needs to be careful. He does not have mana. He has the hood, as you see. Tough to do damage, but going to slowly get his mana back with these last hits.
Radiant's
I
top
like the
tower is
pressure
under
that they're
attack.
putting in here, Admiral. Especially as the Siege Wagon comes in too, they just
They're
got
gonna
a
tank
ton
for
of
it.
damage.
And look at this, they're going to continue to tank for it. I like
I'm
this.
not sure if you can really tank this entire time though.
Oh yeah, now, uh-oh. Gotta be careful. One TP could definitely make their lives hell up here, but
The Shrine is not
Commit.
up, so I feel like in a way that, like,
That
now
was
they're just
work.
going to lose their clockwork for the laning phase.
it feels like at least if the Necro gets a couple last hits there, he'll be full HP man, and he can kind of deal with this lane 2v1 if he doesn't
Yeah, that's true.
overplay.
Yeah, for sure.
Now Puck, this is the lane. Man, I'll bet he's still technically losing this middle lane to the Morphling. Is getting farm, going for the Veil first. I assume it's just, what, Veil, Blink,
Yeah, I think you just
whatever
go
you
Veil
build the
Blink.
normal now.
The Veil is mega value, and I think you, in general, you want to have that kind of extra damage item for the Puck, because I think so often you just fall a little bit short in solo kill potential. And then,
Radiant's top tower is under
again, the
attack.
Blink Dagger for the initiation, just coil somebody, they're going to relocate in on top of it with the Gyrocopter. Yeah, the Ice Blast coming in as well. There's so many things, and it's going to be very difficult. Admiral do have a very good save mechanism. I think it was the only real thing they could do. There's very few offlaners that would be able to give you a good save mechanism. I think Omni Knight would maybe be the other one, but you have this Venge swap. You just take someone out of the coil. They're going to take a lot of damage, but at least they may not be hit by the Ice Blast or be out of position for the relocate.
Nice dodge there, but I don't think Allison really cares at this point. He's got the Arcane Rune. He's just spamming out spells, and look at, they know Jab's just committed middle. This top lane could be in a lot of trouble because of that. And that's the problem. You're on the map now. Ice does get his level 6, has a hood. He's actually going to throw an ulti to get MP to kill bottom. They're going to go for another one. Does get the slow as well. And then this Venge looks pretty damn tanky, though. TB is going to come from Morph. Will he cancel? Yep. Not going to go. And honestly, I'm pretty sure, I mean, you get the kill there, but Admiral, I'm sure, is still happy. Top lane going pretty damn well. Bottom lane going well. That's the thing, right? Lich is almost always going to win you that lane bottom.
Yeah. I like that Ice uses that Stampede. Like, he used it for bottom lane, but he still made sure that he used it on his hero as well to be able to pull the creeps off the tower.
Yeah.
And if you're Admiral in that situation, what you're looking to do is just try and keep the Centaur out of range of the creeps entirely, take this off-lane tower as soon as possible, and then you can rotate this Necrophos down to the bottom lane.
They talked about it last game on the panel, but once Fnatic got BKBs, it was going to be really hard to get, you know, damage out. But on this game, it feels like if Admiral gets BKBs, what does Fnatic really have against those?
Yeah, it's definitely a game where you want to see Vengeful Spirit with the BKB. I'm not sure if, like, Necrophos goes for it.
I don't think
It's just
might,
weird,
though.
right?
Yeah.
You can't use Ghost Shroud while you're BKB, but it's such a value item that that's the only reason we're talking about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, because you, and people are like, well, what about Puck at 25? Have you seen the rapid fire talent? That is just absolute trash. I thought it'd be like Wind Ranger. I'm like, this guy's going to put in work, and it's like, oh, never mind, just trash.
Yeah.
Absolute trash.
You have to have, like, so many damage items for it to look decent.
It is actually awful. I never realized how bad it was until I saw it in use. And, well, Rocket is going to fly out on the Lich. Slow will come. Centaur is going to ulti for bottom, but it looks like they might get it. Ooh, the Chain Frost goes down. He will make it away. And, uh-oh, a Blast going to fly, and this Lich is going to go down. There's the blast, and uh-oh, Abed's down here. The Venge will die to the Coil Snap. That Coil Snap, a ton of damage, obviously, does none when you go right on, but when it breaks, it's a lot. Ice is going to get run down here. That Cold Feet isn't going to proc. He's just going to keep chasing here. Can the Necro... Oh, 5 seconds for the Reaper, but look at that. Ice Vortex slowing them all down. I think he's going to be okay here.
Oh,
that's not...
That's not quite enough damage, but maybe it's enough of a slow?
Still
Still not going to catch up.
Oh, that's such a good play, too, thinking about it.
Yeah.
He just hits the shrine, gets the mana, and then whiffs the hook. Another good play. I think Ice knew that was going to happen. That's what makes him such a good player. He knows the other good play is going to happen.
And Allison rotated down through the river, too, to try and catch him.
And
They
they
lose
lose
mid tower as a result.
And that's just, right, you're still up 1,000 on Admiral. They still are up in this game. Necro is going to go middle here, but just clears the creep wave and gets out.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow. Yeah, that's a costly rotation from the Morphling. He is still third in the net worth chart, so not the worst. But now bottom tower is taking a ton of damage. They have the ice armor, which slows it down quite a bit. But this game for sure, I could see.
Need to get the swap.
Just throws that wave tear, but look at that move speed. Too much. Oh, wait. He actually slows down right there. Got to be careful. No hook shot from the Clockwork, and the orbs will hit. They kill the rock, but look who's here at top, but he's gonna get the double quill. They instantly die, and the AA is not gonna hit, but it will go over him, so they have enough damage. They can definitely get it. He's gonna go for it. Oh, they're gonna TP in. Well, no, just DJ, hello. Orb will fly out. Fairy Fire does get popped. He's just running, but will finally get taken down, and MP actually gets the kill. He's happy about that. And wow, that is a quick triple kill. And you see the AoE lockdown. If you overcommit, you get coiled, you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, they were just so focused on still trying to make that work because they made the rotation with multiple heroes. They really wanted to be able to find that kill, but they knew the puck was in that area anyway, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Uh-oh, Jabs is just going to try to run away. Obviously, oops, swap back. And that is a little follow-up kill, but Ice is just farming top. And well, Fnatic has their first lead of the game right now. And you do have this IO gyro. That's the biggest thing too. They chased after an IO gyro. Like one of the, I'm pretty sure you never want to chase after an IO, especially when the tier 1's still up.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, if you don't get the swap initially, then
Leave.
that's not a fight that you can take anymore.
Yeah, just, you already committed 3 heroes, but it's not worth it, you know, just accept the loss there, but instead they lose all 3 heroes, and now Abed, he's toying with the MP, gets the kill bottom. Looks like they're going for more. Will they find this Venge? Will they find this Necro? Looks like MP, no, he's gonna end up going down. That's gonna be a long death. AA Blast gonna fly in. Ooh, hits on both of them, gets a kill. Do they have any stuns up? Don't need it, hits him with the double edge and just destroys him. And man, this AA is doing so much. He has not missed an ulti yet, is the biggest thing. He is just slaughtering him, with obviously with Centaur as well as Puck. It's pretty easy to hit him, but he's doing a good job.
They've got very good setup, but even that last team fight, I think Fnatic's doing a really good job baiting out these situations as well.
Well, we are probably going to see a Spirit Vessel coming out of that IO. I mean, super value, right, for yourself as well as against that Morph. You get Spirit Vessel plus the AA Blast on that Morphling, he is just going to melt.
Yeah. What I do really like, so the change to Coil that happened a while back is that it now does more damage when it breaks, but less damage when you initially put it on people.
Yeah.
And so what you really want for a good puck team is you want to have ways to push them out, maybe physically, or even just have enough overwhelming amount of damage that it forces them to try and run away. And here, like, Gyrocopter is a great example of that, with the Wisp coming in, and then the Centaur as well, just kind of like closing that gap. Ice Blast is a third
That's the thing.
skill that Fnatic have for that.
Ooh, it is going to be, this is a giant rune fight. Stun is going to fly out. The IO will be on the gyro. Will the gyro drop quick enough? Swap back in. MP still alive, but the tether's broken because of a nice swap. And now Ice in a little bit of trouble, but Abed instantly,
Oh, look at the top
goes
hit!
in. Oh my goodness, and Abed blows them all up. The Ice Vortex there. And now they're going to try to chase them. Popped ulti, and I believe you just overextended once more. And well, I think Kyle said it the best. Ice Vortex plus Puck equals a lot of damage. Holy smokes.
They could not be more grouped up for that. I mean, they were thinking to themselves, like,
Oh my
even
God.
if the Ice Blast is coming out, right, like, we're just running over Fnatic, so it's fine. But the Puck, Abed, he just saw the opportunity of a lifetime.
And that is, it's just a full team wipe right there. You lost MP, but he's like, whatever. I mean, he is their only late game carry, to be fair.
Yes.
They get him. But, I mean, Abed's going to get that 420 gold per minute if he keeps this up, and he can definitely become a late game hero.
You can't miss this hook shot.
And he does it. Nicely done there. Should be able to get him no mana there. DJ getting right click. There's the mana, but won't matter. Reaper Scythe comes in.
I really like that Reaper Scythe.
Me too.
The reason being that the hero was 100% dead. Yes, there's no question of that. But it takes the Wisp away from the Gyrocopter duo for almost a full minute. And that's really nice. That really decreases the power that Fnatic have on the map. Fnatic wants to play really fast, like they're doing right now on that Morphling, just blowing them up with these 2 cores.
Well, pretty easy. And as you said, Abed, I mean, Puck is considered a pretty bad hero, but when you have a game like this and you have a player like Abed, he's going to make it work. And ooh, Rocket is going to scout out 2 of them. We know he doesn't have hook shot, just saw it on the IO, so they can't really commit anything. A blast.
That Reaper Scythe, especially, those heroes are too tanky to go on behind the tower and such. Be really hard to root them out. Abed's just going to get more burst damage with the Dagon pretty soon.
Someone move, I mean, Admiral, they were doing a great job. We are going to see, look at this replay. Here they go, Ice, looking at me, he's like, please follow me. Please do it. 5 of them running up the hill directly together.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Instantly
attack.
dead. My God. Ice Vortex.
4-man
plus
combo,
that.
man.
We also didn't really talk about, though, the Morphling is against Gyro, right? Which is pretty nice.
Yep.
He gets the free flag. I guess we didn't really talk about that, but they got to get the Morphling. It was just like last game. He has to find farm, and right now he is 5th on net worth.
Yeah, we're not seeing the same way. You know how like Ame played, and he would always challenge the gyrocopter. He would actually just go into the gyrocopter's lane really early. We're not seeing that out of Allison.
He's just farming.
Yeah, and Allison's style was actually pretty aggressive when he was on Bloodseeker and such, but it seems like he's falling back with this Morphling. He's falling back into more natural kind of carry, where he's just sitting back and farming quite a lot. And maybe it is to their detriment. I don't know.
Ooh, on the backside, Ice is going to find what it is going to be the clockwork. His ult to use. Chain Frost's going to fly in, but it will bounce once only over to Jabs. They want to bring on this Necro, but he gets the Ghost Shroud off. And they're going to back out. Here comes Allison now, wants to join the fight. They ping him out. They know he's here. We'll see if they just want to get back. Do they want to go back in? He gets the stun. There comes the AA blast. Guess what? You're not going to heal yourself, my friend. But that's a full Dagon gone. Courier does die. But he has a Dagon. That is not, well, he will in about 3 minutes. But that is a pretty early Dagon.
Yeah, that is. The
Is
Vengeful
that,
Spirit.
was that Pucks? I assume, yeah. Who
Yeah.
else would it be? I hope it's not Centaurs.
Yeah,
God.
he was
God.
Ice is next meta. I'm not sure what BO3 really does from this point. He's been farming a lot.
He wants to go for this, but
And I'm not convinced that Shadowblade actually gives you solo kill potential against any of the cores. So pretty much he can just hunt down supports with this. It'll be really nice if he can get to the back line and catch the Wisp.
which is tough though, because right, the Wisp will always be with the Gyro. He can find him on the back. If he kills him quick enough, it could be good, but
Yeah.
DJ is getting items. Jabs is playing the hard 5. Ooh, he gets the Ghost Shroud off again. AA Blast gonna fly in. Won't be able to get healed. Reaper Scythe will just slow down MP. That's about it. See you later, Necro. Stun's gonna fly out, and this Venge is just locked down in place. Same with the Clockwork. They blow him up. Clockwork, I believe you are in the wrong position. Boomy is gonna go down here as well. He's trying to kite around. Gets the hook up. He's going for MP, but won't be able to find him. Abed unstoppable. 10K net worth for the puck. His Dagon isn't even on him yet. Dude, oh my god, he doesn't even have like his best item right now, and he's just running over him.
Fnatic was already like the fastest team here when it comes to play, and they're just moving around the map. And a lineup like this is obviously going to make them look even better because they're very low cooldown, high mobility, so they are just instantly going to get on top of you. So Admiral really needs to be able to get the right kind of vision to see these rotations ahead of time and play like very reactively in that regard. They have to be able to play behind people, but unfortunately they just don't really have like pretty much any vision on the map right now. It's like a bunch of very defensive vision, but they're not actually scouting the rotations that are occurring.
Well, I'm gonna pick up that tome. Abed just running away. That's saying, as you said, that they really have nothing to lock him down unless he stuns out of Shadow Blade and there's no quick reaction by Abed. It almost feels like he's never going to die at this point.
Yeah.
And he's not even going defensive items. All he has is he's got a Blink Dagon and a Veil. BKB next for Venge.
Look how far forward Jabs is, but they've got some serious rotation coming in behind him.
Yep. Not even gonna try. Oh my god, he dodges the Wave of Terror, then goes down. Looks like they still will find him. Hits the double Ice Blast, but will die. Nice little juke, but top lane, Ice just pushing in with the catapult. And this is going to be a free tier 2.
You see this very often is that Ice will play really far forward in lane, and they'll have one support on the side of Fnatic play very far forward on the other side. And for teams like tier 2 teams sort of thing, they're going to have a hard time adjusting that because what they're inevitably going to do is they're going to over-rotate heroes for one of these kills.
Yeah, it is. Gyro in a little bit trouble, but the BKB gets popped. He has it nice and early on the backside. Ice is here. Chain Frost just bouncing around to the creeps. The Lich should be the first one to drop. Will MP takes him down. Oh, Venge goes down as well, and that BKB so nice. And oh, hits it. Do they have a stun? They do. Ice with the blink over. A 3 for 0, and this is starting to get. Oh, he veiled before the coil. I think he would have hit it if he just coiled.
Yeah, maybe.
And that even Jabs hits him with the tip. He's like, come on, you're better than that.
And now this Clockwork is going to look super sad because he was already going to be pretty bad versus the Puck.
Ice armor, is it enough to save him? We're going to find out. No Blink Dagger up for 5, and yeah, earns up. He wants
the
it.
Ice
He has
chasing
Blink.
on the
He's gonna
side
get
as
him
well.
now. Nah, he's dead. That's just too much. This, I mean, Veil plus Ice Vortex when it is there.
Yeah.
Actually, that is. When Kyle said that, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, it's decent damage, but it's puck. And now I'm like, okay, it's a lot better than decent damage.
And Ice Vortex, I think, is kind of an overlooked spell in general because it was so bad early
so
on.
long, yeah.
But
Oh, they find another. And it's going to be a pretty easy kill up on that Morphling. And right now, Fnatic is just smothering him.
every single time a core shows up, it's dead.
Yeah, look at there. Again, Rocket hits. Ice, gets the stomp, gets the kill. And man, Admiral was winning this from like the 1 to 10 minute mark, and then it was that overextension twice bottom right by the tier 1, and then that 5-man or the 4-man coil Ice Vortex. Wow, and Fnatic, I mean, it's crazy to say, but they honestly, they look right up there with PSG, LGD as the best team here.
Dire's middle tower
Admiral-
is under attack.
They can't even like 5-man into Fnatic because obviously Fnatic's 5-man is so much stronger. Nice deny from
Middle
Ruby.
tower is being denied.
I mean, you got to get it. I mean, they're 12K down already, but you stop that team gold from going around.
Aghanim Scepter plus the level 3 Stampede for Ice. So now you've got survivability against the Reaper Scythe. You can just, everybody can ignore Clockwork now. They can just walk over the cogs. It's tough.
This is very tough. You just look at the net worth chart. It is 3 Radiant cores, all in the 5 digits, and then the next 3 are Dire, but a lot lower. Ooh, Will? Nope, already gone. And yeah, it feels like he's just hunting this puck, but it's not really working out. Instead of maybe hunting, like I feel like instead of 5-manning that AA like we've seen, don't you just put the Venge on the AA duty? It feels like that's the one hero he can solo kill. And AA has been farming alone a lot.
Yeah, and the weird part is that he doesn't have enough damage solo, I think, to be able to kill the puck.
Yeah.
Because he's actually got a little bit of armor and such against the physical damage that's going to come after the stun. So he needs somebody else to come in with him, but
Well, smoke up here. Blink forward. Oh no, puck. He is just going to drop so damn quick. And you got to you can't just sit inside your base. You're going to lose that. They're trying to make space. They're just going to pick up. Oh, and the coil's going to come. Here we go. IO as well as Gyro get to say hello. I don't think that TP is going to work because DJ has Dust. And that's the biggest thing. Always carry Dust as support, or even a core. I think that's the biggest thing. Even if you're a core, don't be a cheapskate.
I love how quickly Fnatic always moves out. They spread out as soon as they find a pickoff like that. Abed, I'm not even sure if he participated in the Clockwork kill. He immediately just started running into the Dire jungle, just hoping to find somebody else because he knows that pretty much anybody they catch is a guaranteed win team fight. Here, this far ahead, with a lineup like this that scales so quickly into 20 minutes and just incredibly strong team fight. Great burst damage, great control.
And look at that, they get the Roshan, but not even that. Abed, he steals one of the bounty runes bottom, and they get 2 of them top. Just so much gold. Allison will end up bringing that, man, 25 minutes in. The tier 1 finally falls. Now Abed, level 20, getting close to that 25. Oh my god, he is going to be so rich.
I'm not really convinced that the fast Radiance was the build for
The Necro.
the Necro. I think they really did need Pipe, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. If you had Pipe, you'd still be losing the fight, so maybe the Radiance, since he did go that route, will help him get to those later levels and those full 6-slotted carry items that he's going to need.
Yeah, gonna be tough. It feels like, now they have the Aegis. It looks like they just want to push bottom. You win one team fight, they might just start running over your base again like we saw last game, and they're gonna try. They're just gonna straight up push.
You've got the level 15 talent for the Wisp
Not
now.
again. A blast. Oh, will help. Actually, he might just get himself killed here. He's going to get them both killed. And, well, see you later, Venge. See you later, Clockwork. And, well, possibly see you later on his Necro. Yep, he goes down as well. It is going to be all buybacks except from the Necro. Allison's going to move in. He has the flat cannon doing a ton of damage. A BKB of his own, but no one's dying.
Great read by Fnatic, backing up so quickly as they know the Morphlings coming in and hearing the buybacks as well.
Yep. That's the only way you're going to lose.
Overextend.
Yeah, the flat cannon overextension into the Morph is definitely honestly the only way you probably lose this game, and they just back out quickly, as you say.
Yeah.
Well, we see his Venge. Obviously, a Lincoln's on the puck now, so I would say he's near impossible to kill, even more so than before. Gyro getting a Sanjin Yasha next, and 300 double-edge damage. which is just even more increased by the Veil, by the Ice Vortex, which is guaranteed after a stun every time.
Or even the Ghost Round from Nekafos.
Man, Fnatic looking so good. 33-8 right now. Abed, he's just like, you know, let's not end the game. Let me get to 25, see what I can do. Ice, just keeping the pressure up. And this is what they did last game. They stay near the base, but they don't go in it. They just look for the pickoffs. Someone's going to slip up eventually, and they're going to catch him.
I mean, you're both going to farm waves, right? But you have control of the neutrals, so Fnatic are going to be able to continue to stay and grow their gold lead over Admiral. And as you said, eventually a mistake is going to be made.
Rocket will scout out 3 of them. Abed just tanking some towers. He doesn't care. Even has this 28-minute raindrop. And well, they're just going to push on in. Obviously, Return helping do damage. Return actually against that ice armor, probably their best damage to towers. Weird to see. Abed, Lincoln's is pop. Do they want to do anything here? Abed's baiting him in. He's trying to see. He wants to bait him in. And he's just going to pop out, do a ton of damage. And well, they're going to get this tier 3. It looks like slowly, but they will. Maybe not. They might have to back out with that ice armor, with that glyph. Last creep will go down. Almost feels like you might just deny that tower, but they're going to leave it up for now. Now they're going to finally bring it down. Get the kill. MP's there. They don't have vision, as you see, of most of these heroes. Oh, but they find him. The Clockwork did get spotted in the trees. There comes the ulti from Gyro Rocket. Is going to hit up on the Necro. They haven't committed too much because that flat cannon, but Abed on the backside is killing him. He misses the hook shot. Nice dodge by Abed. MP just chasing heroes down in his gunship. DJ eating a lot of damage, but not as much as this Venge, and now they do find him again. Chainfrost will fly it. Will it keep bouncing? No. Reaper Side's not going to do very much versus this Hood, and now frozen in place is the entire team. Good game played, and well, this, I think this was maybe the most dominating performance we saw besides maybe the Admiral Boom ID game, and Fnatic just honestly, they look really good. I don't know what else to say
They
about
definitely
them.
do. I think this entire tournament has made Fnatic look really good because they, like every single one of their games has allowed them to be able to play super fast, which seems to be, I think for me it's the biggest, like, the biggest pro when you look at Fnatic is like, they have a bunch of individual skill, and their laning phase always seems to go well, but their movement around the map, man, they just really understand how to be able to catch the enemy team out of position, when to be able to like aggressively smoke up and push into jungle.
But hey, Admiral, they do get 4th in this tournament.
Yeah.
They